Welcome to part 2 of our current Paladin drafts. If you've somehow waltzed upon part 2 without seeing part 1, you'll be able to find a link to part 1 down in the description below. It's pretty strong off of the fact of Muster for Battle and the Sword of Justice being our kind of like killer 2-drops, 3-drops rather. If we don't get either of those and don't get a good curve into our 3-drops anyway, then I don't see it working out so well, but it has worked out so well, or has worked out at least in that fashion every single game so far. Noble Sacrifice is going to be way less powerful considering the fact that I am versing someone who can do 1 damage with their hero ability. I will keep the 2-drop because it's so rare for me to see a 2 that I want to keep in this game. Ooh, I hope I draw something good because a 2-3 into a 2-3 into a fucking 7 and 8 drop. Not a super powerful game. There's no reason for me to play the River Crocolisk over the Gilban Stalker right now, because it just gives my opponent the ability to use Backstab Shiv, Backstab Dagger, stupid bullshit like that. Okay, I don't want to develop the 3-2 because of Goblin Auto Barber. My opponent could play Goblin Auto Barber this turn and then they'd have a 2-2 dagger, and then it would kill my 3-2 instantly, and then I'd have a 2-3 versus a 3-2, I kill it, my opponent has a 2-1 dagger, and I have nothing. So I'm in a pretty bad position if I did that. So
many options.
Very many options. Even if my opponent doesn't play a Gilban Stalker this turn, a Goblin Auto Barber, they could have a Goblin Auto Barber. Okay. They definitely could have one now. Because then next turn they Goblin Auto Barber and can remove this. Luckily I'll have the Ogre Brute already out and developed. I've got a Bloodfin Raptor hero power next turn. Ugh, it's kind of disgustingly bad. Oh, a new buff. Okay, if it didn't kill it, I gotta go for the face. That's unfortunate. The Newbar Ambush is really good. It's really, really good when it's the only minion on the field. No downside. Yeah, I figured that was probably going to be my opponent's response. Then the Anubar kills my 4-4, and then maybe gets bounced. Or another Anubar is played, that would be hilarious. For me, not for my opponent. Figured.
My eyes are open.
Oh, all of that's really bad. Okay. Because now I've got to bounce something back to my opponent's hand for them. Like, they're in a position where me bouncing something back to their hand is beneficial. Which is horrible for me. Like, look, if I attack this, I bounce back the 3-1 because that's going to be used to kill the River Croc. So then not only is the 3-1 healed, but then they get the Battle Cry effect to heal their face again. It's horrible. This is really bad. I think I've lost this game actually already. There's no way for me to respond to my opponent. I just gotta try and save value where I can, so. God damn it. There's nothing I can do. I didn't get either of my unfair early drops. I did not curve well in the late. And Anubar Ambusher being played basically wrecked my game. I did want to kill it with the Ogre Brute, but then the Ogre Brute decided to betray me and hit the face. And that's just the reality of the Ogre Brute. You do have to think about that. The Ogre Brute is most likely going to fuck you.
I am ready to learn.
Not most likely. It's equally likely to fuck you as it is to not fuck you. It just seizes so much tempo. play the Stormwind Champion, I just don't get back in the game. It's not fast enough. So I currently have 7, 5. My opponent has 12 damage on board. Could easily have lethal in hand. Not at all a stretch for a rogue. Trigger Cold Blood Eviscerate does it. Trigger Eviscerate, Eviscerate. Trigger Cold Blood, Cold Blood. Rough. Too rough. Okay, my opponent now needs 1 damage to win the game.
Well played.
Alright then. Come on now, no one likes a show off. He says, knowing full well that he's done the same and worse. Yeah, so my prediction at the start exactly was, what did I predict? 5? 6? 7? 5. I think I predicted 5. But my prediction at the start of that match was also exactly what happened. If we don't hit our unfair 3-drops, we lose.
Versus Anduin.
I mean, in that game, our unfair 3-drop was not unfair. Like, our Ogre Brute did not help us. I can't mulligan strongly for this. 2, 3, 2, 2, oh, 1, 2, 3, it's fine. 1, blank, 3, it's okay as well. It's kind of like a 3-2 because it's 2-1 and then a 1-1. Oh, that's really good. Okay. So my opponent is incentivized this turn to play the Little Miss Sunshine.
I can fix anything.
That's not what I thought was going to be played. Okay. I'm going to shield the minibot and do nothing because it survives to the Cogmaster if it's buffed or not. Doesn't matter. Like, it would have to be a 0 mana silence and then a buff. Oh no. Break the shield for free. Unfortunately for you, doesn't help to break the shield for free.
Weapons ready.
Well, it does a little. It basically that did 1 effective damage to my shielded minibot here. So I'm really saddened about that. Play a Dark Cultist. Coin was not used, that's a natural drop, and then that's a... Yeah. Coin has not been used yet. That's a natural, that's a natural. That's not the coin though, because you've only used 2 cards from your hand, and the coin is always your 5th card in hand. Sorry, 4th card in hand. 4th? 5th. 5th. Yeah, 5th out of the 6 that you have in your opening hand. Because you've got the 4 that you have the available mulligan on, then you've got your 5th, and then you draw the top deck. So... 6. 5th being the coin, obviously. Such a play is draining my opponent. Oh!
Quickly.
Right.
You call that a weapon? Weapons ready. Weapons ready.
I don't think I want this one to survive badly enough to use a Hand of Protection on it. Huh. Okay. Good luck with that. I'm now a mana ahead of my opponent. Well, actually 2 mana ahead. They're going to be on turn 4, and then I go to my turn and I'll have 6, so... Now all I need to do is somehow equalize card advantage, and then I'll win. Like, I'll be far enough ahead that it's almost impossible for my opponent to beat me. What I don't want to see is a 4-drop. What?
Slippery.
What I don't want to see is a 4-drop. Period. What I don't want to see is a 4-drop with 5 health, because then I wouldn't be able to kill it, right? So I'm imagining in this situation that my opponent has to have either Circle of Healing in hand or... Nope. Okay.
We must cleanse.
They're
the
just a
Sunwell.
fucking brave man, I guess.
Reporting for duty.
Done.
Shadow word these nuts. Can't shadow word death and holy nova this turn though. Pick one or the other. Whoop. God. It's actually correct. If we did that to the face, we would have won that turn. Okay, so we have reached our prediction. Now it's time for fun. Let's see how far we can get. Shadow tank. Oh, force tank, not shadow tank. Whoop. Ah, that's surprising. Is that actually my most expensive card in the entire deck? I believe it is. Yeah, it is. This is my most expensive card. Best hit NA. I wish I'd been enough of a dick to use that to the face.
Uther versus Melchior.
Tango.
I must protect the wild.
I will fight with honor.
Going first. Can't do it. Need unfairness. Unfairness acquired. Need 2-drop. Need 2-drop. 2-drop. All I want for Christmas is 2s. 2. 2. Just a 2. Finish your turn! I'm focusing here. Thank you. I'd like to thank the Academy. That's lovely. That was a really good draw. Actually, a 3-2, sorry, a 2-2 shielded mini-bot or a 2-3 would have been better, so, yeah. I guess I'm not happy anymore. Fuck this game. It's rigged.
I wonder.
Coin something with 4 health.
Oh, stupid.
Oh. Bollocks. Actually might be right to play the Scarlet Crusader. No. Because it's not even outlandish for my opponent to use swipe here, like coin swipe to deal with this board. And I have a Stormwind Knight, natural turn, to defeat something. Yeah, exactly, this is going to be perfect. So Stormwind Knight plus my hand is going to kill that.
For the king, for justice, for honor.
And then swipe can clear my board.
Battle.
I guess. That's unfortunate. That would actually be really bad. Think about it. Swipe clear anymore. Oh, no, wait, my opponent has a coin in hand and swipe. It's not super bad. Starfall?
You gotta be kidding me!
Whoop! Venture Merc. Trade everything into it? Or trade nothing into it? Zatu suggestion. I think I actually trade my health. As crazy it might sound.
Call that a weapon.
The battle! The battle! The battle! For justice! For
Yep. I'll cop 7 damage on the chin. My opponent cannot swipe coin and hero power this turn, which is very inspiring. Means they can't remove my entire board. Well, they're very unlikely, rather, to remove my entire board this time. I've also got a strike with this, then the Sword of Justice plus a 3-drop next turn, which is so good. Oh, that's really good. So I'm going to strike that, hit it with the 2-2, and then Sword of Justice cast one of those.
For justice! For honor!
Having the Sword of Justice out early-ish, having 2 cards in hand that I can play with it, and yeah, this is good. This is good. I'm liking this. Give it 4 more health. Yeah, I think it's much. Do I get big game hunted? Do I get big game hunted? Is that the card that's been big game hunted before as well? Big game hunted for them top deck? No, no top deck big game hunter. Okay. Injured Blade Master into Frostwolf Warlord. Oh my god, this is actually saddening now. Oh my god. Stormwind? Stormwind? Stormwind makes 10-4. Stormwind does not win the game. It's pretty good though. No. 5-4. 9-9. Aftermath.
Join or die.
Okay. Poison Seeds, Innovate, Starfall. Only way my opponent was clearing this whole board. Poison Seeds, Innovate, Starfall.
Eyes are open. I can see.
Damn it, I really wanted to play the Stormwind Champion. That would have been fun. Oh, no, we don't have 56 wins. Whoops. 6. 6-1. Okay, we'll go for one more match before cutting to a part 3. What, we cut to a part 2 at 4-0. Now we're on 6-1, so that's 3 more matches, so 7... Yeah, exactly. 4 matches per part. That makes sense. And then if we end up with too many matches in the final part, we just continue going until it's over. I don't think I've ever cut to a part 4 for these videos. Even though I have 12 once. That's... Statistics makes me sad, man, right? 'Cause I think about it, and I'm like, I've played Arena. Every single Arena match I've ever played has been recorded and uploaded to my video, my channel, right? So I'm not practicing in my spare time. This is... What you see is what you get, basically. So it makes me a little sadder when I think about it, and I'm like, okay, so this is what, 160? I think this is 100... I think this might be the 160th episode. I want to say 160. And I've got 12 wins once. Yeah. Actually, that does sound correct. Bubble. Ogre Brute next turn. Et tu, Brute?
Drink with me, friend.
Yeah, I trade for that because it's powerful enough to be killing my Ogre Brute with 1 supplementary damage. It's clobbering time. Okay, so my opponent has the coin. There is a chance they coin out a Yeti, in which case I am a sad man. They do not use it. Excellent. I'm sad to have this Youthful Brewmaster in hand as well. Can't play it. Too many things on the field. I removed that because so many of the shaman spells do 3 damage. Well, I guess Lightning Bolt, basically. Lightning Bolt and then the low end of Crackle. And I would prefer not to lose my Ogre Brute to something stupid like that. Ooh, are we gonna see a mech? I mean, that's a powerful card individually, but it's more powerful if there's a mech. Miss, 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 miss. Fuck.
Weapons ready.
I wanted to miss and hit the Worgen Infiltrator. Oh. Okay, so opponent plays a mech and then attacks something, right? Fuck, no, Pilot Sky Golem, don't you goddamn dare.
To North Red.
Nope. Not a Pilot Sky Golem. They didn't goddamn dare. So.
Don't mess with Tusker. Reporting for duty.
Basically what I'm doing here is I'm filling the board with creatures, so Power Mace hits this, and then a high rolling Lightning Storm makes my day a fucking nightmare. Alternatively, yep. Alternatively, we are a very happy man. Stormwind Champion.
Behold the might of Stormwind! The battle!
If my opponent didn't have Lightning Storm or the ability to clear my board last turn, or kill me last turn, they're not going to do it this turn. Oh no. Goodbye. Oh, really? Concede before the final hit? How dare you? I don't even think that's fair. Alright. And we're going to be cutting to a part 3. Hey! Well, really? Now? Yeah, now. Alright, we're going to be cutting to a part 3. You'll be able to find a link to part 3 down in the description below. Hope to see you there.